Emily boarded the late-night train thinking it would take her home, but when she looked up, every passenger had no face. It was almost midnight when Emily boarded the last train. The station was silent, the kind of silence that feels heavy on your skin. The doors slid shut behind her with a hiss, and she noticed something strange immediately. There were no other passengers. The carriage stretched before her like a hollow tunnel, dimly lit by flickering lights. She sat down, clutching her backpack, and told herself it was just a quiet night. But then, as the train lurched forward, she realized there were no exit handles on the inside of the doors. Emily looked out the window at the blurred lights of the city. That's when she saw it, a reflection staring back at her that wasn't her own. The face was pale, its hollow eyes locked onto hers, lips curling into a whisper she couldn't hear. Her chest tightened, panic creeping up her spine. She blinked, and the face vanished, leaving only her pale reflection. Then she noticed something that hadn't been there before, a folded note resting on the seat opposite her. With trembling hands, she picked it up. In jagged black ink, it read, "Stay seated. When the conductor comes, do not speak. Do not look into his eyes." Her throat went dry. What conductor? The lights dimmed, and the sound of heavy footsteps echoed through the carriage. Slowly, a figure emerged from the shadows. A man in an ancient conductor's uniform, his hat tilted low, his face pale like wax. His movements were slow and unnatural, as though his joints didn't quite work right. He walked past her seat, the shadow of his tall frame stretching across the carriage like black claws. Emily held her breath and stared at the floor, her heart hammering in her chest. The figure passed. She exhaled shakily. When she dared to look up again, the note on the seat was gone, replaced by another one. "You are the last living passenger. Jump before the next tunnel, or you'll never leave." Emily's hands shook violently as she read it. Was this a cruel prank? Was someone on the train watching her? She stood and glanced down the aisle, but the conductor had vanished. The windows now showed only blackness, as if the outside world no longer existed. The train slowed as it approached what looked like an abandoned platform. Her instincts screamed for her to get off. She ran to the door, and to her shock, it slid open this time. Rain lashed against her face as she leapt onto the platform, falling to her knees. She turned around to see the train screeching forward, sparks flying from its wheels. But then, in the blink of an eye, it vanished into the darkness. She stood alone on the empty platform, the rain soaking her to the bone. And then, in her pocket, she felt something crumpled. With trembling fingers, she pulled out a final note. "Welcome home, Emily. We've been waiting." The platform lights flickered out, leaving her in absolute darkness.